Greetings, our viewers. Welcome back to our lovely channel, Motomouths Uganda. Today we have a very interesting subject to handle. And as usual, we have our resident engineer, Engineer Ivan Chibuka, who is going to tell us some very interesting things. I don't even want to tell you what he's going to unleash before he gets into it, but stay tuned. I am very excited about today's recording. Yes, Ivan.
Yes, good morning, fellow Motomouth. Alan, thank you very much for that very brief introduction. Many of you may be aware that I've been involved with vehicle diagnostics for some years. Yeah, so I'm now excited to introduce something that many of you, that can help many of you to get involved in this kind of uh, either business or learning, whichever way you want to take it. I'm going to introduce it very briefly, and if you have any questions, you may ask or you may reach out to us through our contacts. Let me pull up my presentation as usual. Let me know when you can see it.
Yes, I can see it.
Yes, so I'm a director in a company called Voltedge E-mobility Institute. Our goal is to teach mostly Ugandans, to pass on information to them about how they can get involved with repairing hybrid and electric cars. Now, to do this, we have a learning platform, which for which we have got a distributor arrangement. They are a worldwide organization. They are based in the Netherlands, but their platform is used very much in North America and in some places, North America and Europe, and then in some places in South America and Asia. A lot of the vocational institutes now over there use their learning platform. So instead of teachers, you have a learning platform that I'll brief you about shortly, but they also have teachers in the background. Teachers do less in-class teaching these days. They just guide the learners in areas where they are not understanding the learning platform very well. But the learning platform is so good that it is hard not to learn. Yeah, so therefore, I will introduce you to Electude Automotive Repair Learning Platform. That's what it's called. You can Google it. The company is called Electude. It's based in the Netherlands, but the platform is used worldwide in over 70 countries. So we have now brought it to Uganda as well. As you realize shortly, the learning may not necessarily be in classroom. So what is Electude Essentials? There are many classes that they have, but one of them is the Electude Essentials. That's where every student should start. Whether or not you have been involved with vehicle repairs before, this platform will teach you so many new things. It taught me a lot of new things, even though I thought I was experienced in vehicle diagnostics and how cars worked. So they have essentials, and then they have classroom. And then within essentials, there is essentials for light vehicles, that is petrol and diesel vehicles. And then there is essentials for electric vehicles. And then there is essentials for heavy vehicles. So when you go to classroom, which is another product that I will discuss on another day, today I'm just discussing essentials. And within essentials, I will dwell mostly on light vehicles and electric vehicles. So Electude Essentials is a web-based automotive educational program that focuses on fundamental automotive knowledge, interactive and visual learning, self-paced study modules, It has self-paced study modules, and it helps you build your skills for diagnostics and problem solving when dealing with vehicles. It is ideal for students in high schools, anywhere from S4, if you've done up to S4, up to O level, and you've completed S4, from there upwards, from high schools, vocational programs, and entry-level post-secondary programs. If you are at campus, you are doing something related to vehicle, automotive repair, mechanical engineering, electrical. If you are at college doing a diploma or a certificate, this would be a very good program for you. As you can see, these images that you are seeing are from Electude itself. As I said, it's mostly used in Europe and North America, and we are now bringing it to Uganda. So that's why you are seeing mostly images of white people. If you guys enroll, then we shall have images of Ugandans as well. So don't mind the people you are seeing. Just look at the level of technology that they are using. So Electude provides a full interactive curriculum that is ideal for blended and real-world learning. It is scalable from beginner to advanced training, as I said, and it also offers a comprehensive modular curriculum tailored to automotive and technical education. It covers a wide range of topics suitable for both entry-level and advanced learners. You can learn only up to entry-level if that's your wish. For example, if you have a child that you just want to teach how to check oil, how to change brakes, but if you want them to go beyond and then specialize in vehicle repair, they can do that as well. Yeah, so in areas such as light vehicles, heavy vehicles, electric vehicles, and general vehicle systems, the core curriculum areas are automotive fundamentals, engines, both diesel and petrol, electrical and electronics, engine management, drivetrain systems, brakes, suspension and steering, heating, air conditioning, hybrid and electric vehicles, and heavy vehicles, which is optional. Even electric is optional. It is an optional class, but as I'll describe later, the licenses that we are selling now actually have light vehicle and electric together. It is, of course, preferable that you do light vehicles first before you go for electric vehicles, because electric vehicles share many systems with the light vehicles. Most of the content actually is in light vehicles classes. So because electric vehicles share things like lights, lighting, windows, air conditioning systems, suspension systems, braking systems, they share so many things. So those classes, those modules, or those things are not included, may not be included in the EV class, but they are always included in the light vehicle. Anyway, for details, you can contact us, as I said, after this video. And then there are assessment tools and simulators now. That's very, very interesting. And then over 60,000 teachers and instructors worldwide choose Electude for their daily teaching and assessment activities. Do you hear that? Teachers are using this system for their teaching and assessment activities. So hands off, they let the student use the platform, and then where the student has questions is where the teachers and instructors come in. Worldwide, North America, Europe, Asia, South America. We guys seem to be the ones lagging behind. Yeah, so, and that's what we are here to solve. Yeah, 4,000 schools worldwide have successfully implemented elective learning solutions across vocational education and training programs. Guys, wake up. The world is moving so fast in a digital direction. We are being left behind. But at Voltedge E-mobility Institute, we are here to make sure we and you are not left behind. 3,000 lesson topics and quizzes are part of the technical education offering, and these are continuously updated and refined. The key features are The lessons use interactive animations and simulations rather than long text. And then the students solve puzzles to progress, which makes learning feel more like a game. And virtual tools and scenarios allow students to troubleshoot and fix automotive issues at all levels, like I said. Each module includes quizzes and checkpoints to ensure students grasp the material, and there is real-time feedback, which helps reinforce learning. Now, the teachers can assign modules, monitor student progress, and customize lessons depending on your organization. Typically, we allow every student to have access to all the material that they have paid for in their license. But some classes, some organizations may come. For example, a workshop that specializes in air conditioning in vehicles may want their students to do only air conditioning. So we shall customize their classes to that. For example, that was an example that I gave. Yeah. So what are the advantages of using Electude? It's interactive. It is a game-based simulation and animated. It has game-based simulations and animated modules to help engage and the student and improve knowledge retention. Visual and interactive content makes complex automotive systems easier to understand. For a demo of this, please go to our channel, Motomouth, our YouTube channel, and over there, we have made some demo videos for you to understand what we mean when we say visual and interactive content makes complex automotive systems easier to understand. You see a demonstration of some modules to understand how the system works. Yeah, it is self-paced learning, so the student can progress at their own speed, allowing for differentiated instruction and personalized learning path. You all don't have to move in one group as a class. Some people are slower in certain sections of learning and others are faster. So none of the students uh, holds up the other. So you can get access to classes anytime, anywhere, because this is a cloud-based learning platform, and it is accessible on laptops, tablets, and smartphones, which is ideal for remote learning or on-the-go study. Although I would advise my experience with the smartphones, some modules may become a bit fidgety because the learning platform, like I'm telling you, is interactive. So sometimes when you are moving your cursor or using your fingers, sometimes you may not get so good reaction because your inputs may not be desirable. The level of your input, you may be trying to scroll this way and then you go beyond. So it is best to use Electude on a computer, laptop, PC, or even a good tablet. Yeah, hands-on diagnostic simulations. The simulators, because there are simulators embedded in the lessons, in the modules, simulators allow students to practice diagnosing and fixing problems without the need for a physical vehicle, which is very helpful, especially when lab resources are fixed. And we have that problem generally in Africa and especially in Uganda. A lot of the vocational institutes around and even universities, and their uh, facilities, they have mostly old cars which are outdated. We are dealing with EVs now, 2025 models. And this is really helpful because they bring you all these modern things on a simulator. Essentially, as a student, you are learning just like an airline pilot does. Essentially, that's what you are doing, believe you not. I kid you not. Um, So there is also immediate feedback. Students receive real-time feedback on quizzes and simulations, reinforcing learning and keeping them and helping them identify weak areas. It has a comprehensive curriculum which covers a wide range of topics, including engine management, electric vehicles, heavy vehicles, and safety, aligned with industry standard worldwide. And then it has multilingual support. In Uganda, we speak mostly English, but if you're speaking French, Spanish, yeah, Chinese, yeah, you can set it to do that. So it's available in multiple languages, which is especially helpful for students in non-English speaking regions. There are, with everything that has advantages, there will be some disadvantages, and Electude does have a few, but these are things that can be just because of the nature of our environment here in Uganda. Uh, you have limited hands-on practice, of course, because you are working or learning uh, mostly on the computer. So despite strong simulations, it cannot fully replace world experience with the tools, vehicles, and mechanical systems. Voltedge E-mobility Institute has arrangements with reputable local vehicle repair workshops in Kampala to allow student interaction with real vehicles. This will come in, but it's not so, you don't really need it while you are doing the schooling. You need it after you have got your elected qualification. But for the simulators do a very good job of getting you near to real life interaction with vehicles. So it's a disadvantage, but not a very strong one. Uh, there are some technical requirements because it requires a stable internet connection and compatible devices, which may be a barrier in under-resourced areas. Students have to arrange access to stable internet and good laptops. Yeah. There's also a learning curve. Some students, especially in Uganda, where this is being seen for the first time. Some of you, I know, I'm sure most of you have never even heard that this is even possible. So some students are going to find the interface confusing at first, especially if they are not familiar with digital learning platforms. And even the tutors, even the people who teach these things in Uganda, in universities and vocational institutes are hearing about this for the first time, trust me. But the world is moving on and we are also following. So tutorials are available to overcome disadvantage before the student starts. And many such students overcome this within a few hours of interaction with the learning content. And it may not be ideal for all learning styles. For students who learn better through physical manipulation or group activities, they might not thrive very well with a screen-based format because you have to have self-drive. However, students with independent learning outlook thrive quite well on this platform. And I think personally, I fall in the latter group. I kind of learn much more better or quickly independently, as long as I have the right material in front of me. So those are some of the disadvantages with this system. As you can see, you could say they are not very strong disadvantages, but we want to be honest with you and point this out as well. Yeah, so how does elected content compare with our local syllabus? So for UBTEB, you can see the table on the screen. UBTEB is the syllabus, is the examining body for the local Ugandan syllabus for automotive vocational education. In the table, I compared this with Electude Essentials. So when it comes to focus area, UBTEB focuses on automotive mechanics, while Electude focuses on automotive diagnostics and repair. And then the delivery mode, UBTEB syllabus is classroom and practical training, while Electude focuses on online interactive platform. The goal is the same, but as you see, Electude gets you there faster and smarter. When it comes to curriculum development, the UBTEB syllabus is aligned with the BITVET Act and Skilling Uganda, whereas Electude is developed by Electude, a company based in the Netherlands, but now with offices mostly in Europe and North America, and it is aligned with the global standards, obviously. for that reason. And that's why it is very popular. And the assessment methods for UBTEB, you are going to get theory exams, practical assessments, and industrial training. Whereas Electude focuses on quizzes, simulations, practical exercises. And then when it comes to technology integration, UBTEB is really limited, while Electude is quite high with 3D simulations and interactive learning. If you want to understand what that is, please uh, check out our other videos on this YouTube channel, the Motomouth. And as for global recognition, well, our UTEB syllabus is recognized only in Uganda and maybe East Africa, but Electude is internationally recognized. I think you can get the difference. And who is this for? Electude and Voltedge E-mobility Institute. Who are they for? For automotive students in secondary or entry level, post-secondary, that is O level, A level. People who have finished O level and those in A level or beyond. Technical education programs, for example, those who are doing technical education programs, for example, in vocational institute and in schools without full automotive labs, because it works even with limited hands-on equipment, because the simulators will take care of the parts where the school doesn't have a laboratory. And trust me, most vocational institutes, even universities, don't have good laboratories. We all agree on that, Alan, don't we? And Electude provides a full interactive curriculum and is ideal for blended and remote learning. It is scalable from beginner to advanced training. So, Voltage E-mobility Institute offers students some extras. For example, we give you access to real-world vehicle repair manuals and schematics when you get into the field, when you begin practicing, because you will need this as you find out when you start learning. For every vehicle, there are specific wiring schematics and instructions on repairs. Even though you have the knowledge, there are things like torque settings, wiring colors, what each socket of wiring connection is carrying, what each wire is doing, what each wire is connected to, and all the very specific information about each and every model of car in the world. We shall get you those. And you also have a tutor-led virtual coaching sessions on topics that interest most students, where we see that many students are interested in learning extra about a certain topic beyond the Electude. We shall organize a coaching session online. For that, we have virtual labs or case studies to complement Electude modules. We have mock exams or practice quizzes based on the Electude curriculum. We shall issue certificates of completion after
Ivan,
you. Yes, please.
I don't know what happened, but your volume is a bit low.
Oh,
I don't know if it is something to do with
I'm
your mic.
using. When did that happen?
Just
How far back do I
about
have to
2
go?
minutes back.
Am I clear now?
It is just low. I can hear you, but it's low.
It must
I
be
don't know if
something to
it's
do.
my handset, but do you hear me clearly?
I hear you clearly.
Okay, then I'll check on my side. You go on.
Okay. Yeah, so we have real world case studies and videos of repairs or animations to deepen your learning. We connect students to internship or apprenticeship opportunities with garages and auto shops or partner companies where we can, locally in Kampala. And we also give you access to a WhatsApp group where students can ask tutors like me questions, share tips, and discuss modules. We also source recommended low-cost diagnostic equipment for students' private use if the students are interested. What is next for our students after they've gained the elected qualification? You can apply promptly to available internship programs like Green Hub, Gogo, Chira EV in Uganda. You can gain experience and document your automotive repair-related work, even if you are employed as a consultant, privately employed as a consultant to other workshops, because you now have become a specialist, in battery diagnostics, field service, etc. You can decide to pursue international certifications like ASE, which is popular in North America, and IMI EV, which is popular in Europe, or go for OEM, original equipment manufacturer programs like Toyota, Mercedes, specific OEM programs, or high voltage safety training for if you are going to work to specialize in EVs. And then you can build a portfolio and include any prototyping, retrofit, or charging session experience. That is for people who want to build their own electric vehicles. You can network with EV startups in East Africa or internationally and target job boards for technician roles abroad, outside Uganda and East Africa. You can also pursue, and I have to go back to that point because Electude, like I said, is internationally recognized. So any employer who sees your Electude certificate will be very interested in your abilities. So you can also pursue further technical academic certifications, diplomas. That is, if you are interested in going the academic route, like to teach, to become a professor in electric vehicles or related subjects, you can proceed to university, master's degree, PhD, and beyond. And you can also pursue further specialized EV heavy vehicle repair training. So now, if you want to self-employ, I know many of you are interested in going private, employing yourselves. You can become a mechanic where you are doing on-site repairs, giving roadside assistance to people stranded in vehicles by the road. But you need basic diagnostic tools, and then some knowledge, of course, from elective classes. If you want to specialize as an EV technician, you could start, because we do not have a lot of electric vehicles on our roads yet, but we have a lot of electric bikes. You can start with maintenance for borders or fleet bikes, electric fleet bikes. But you need high voltage safety gear and interest. Of course, you are going to get the knowledge from Electude, our electric classes. If you want to specialize as an auto electrical specialist on cars, you are going to need to do car wiring, sensors, testing, ECU diagnostics and programming, etc. You are going to need diagnostic tools, accurate and updated original equipment manufacturing wiring schematics, which we shall provide for you. And then if you want to do pre-buy inspections, because a lot of people now require those services before they buy vehicles. You are going to inspect used vehicles and give reports to customers planning to buy these vehicles. You need system checklists and have very good communication skills. If you want to set up a garage, you can rent space to offer general repairs, but you need tools and permits and so on. And then if you want, you can also branch into spare parts delivery and sales, where you can source and deliver parts to workshops that need these parts or individual customers. But you need very good skills with your phone and have some market links. And then if you want to do regional freelance work, especially for people repairing trucks, you need to, if you want to work in the East African countries, you need a passport and network, a good network for customers and tools. And we can give you some tip. Start small with mobile services or diagnostics to build a client base. Invest in basic tools. That is a multimeter, OBD2, scanner, a jack, safety gear, etc. You can partner with a garage or EV startup company to expand into contracts. Continue with online learning here on Electude, YouTube, to keep improving. Yeah, so that is our organization, Voltedge E-mobility Institute. We are in Namgongo on Modo Road in Chirawa, Kiso. And those are our phone numbers and email addresses. Thank you very much for your attention. Alan,
Thank you so much,
I don't know if you
Ivan.
have comments and questions. I know you are complaining about not hearing me very well. I'm not sure
I think
what's going on.
there's a sound issue on my side,
Okay.
and I've updated it. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
we have 7 minutes for any comments and answers.
Well, thank you so much for that presentation. I must admit, I am very impressed by what Voltage is doing. I come from an education background in the sense that I'm always trying to follow up on trends in education and how content is delivered. I think this is quite revolutionary to say that we now have ability to teach people about vehicle diagnostics and repair using what is almost similar to what the pilots use in the simulators, but also having the flexibility to teach yourself at the hours that you're comfortable with, in the environment you're comfortable with, using what is globally a standard method and standard content that is, also up to date. Because as you may notice from our previous videos, hybrid cars and electric cars are becoming more and more common on our roads, and yet most of the people involved in vehicle repair are still used to the old engines, combustion engines, and there is an urgent need for people to upscale and upskill themselves. So I think this Electude model is very good. I am also impressed that it is being used by most of the other parts of the world. I think these are areas where people buy more newer cars than we do. So we are basically just trying to catch up with the rest of the world. I like also that it has an option of feedback, and that someone can interact via WhatsApp with other students and the people, delivering these units. On my part, I am mostly very impressed. I don't know if I'm not in this line of business, but I wish every other line of business had such packages, because we are spending more and more time on our gadgets. So it is self-explanatory that learning has to move there and out of some of the classrooms and the old models. So for people to be able to use their laptops to follow up and teach themselves these new skills, make themselves relevant in this changing world, I don't know. It's amazing. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for those comments. Now, I also, from what you've said, I was
Yes.
also, like I said, I've been involved with the vehicle repair as a passion, like, as a hobby. It started as a hobby. Then I got deeper and deeper and deeper into it. So now, in at least the exposure I had here in Uganda, the vocational education we are having is based on syllabus or syllabi from the 60s and 70s, and even some of the materials these schools and universities are having, even some of the teaching materials they have are from way back. But we are importing cars. We have regulation here now, even though we are buying mostly used cars, we have regulations where we are buying cars at least 15 years old. So there is a very, very big mismatch between what the technicians are learning in school and the cars we actually have on the road. So these technicians, please don't get, you should get mad at them, but don't get so mad. They are only using whatever little knowledge they have on new things. Now, these countries where these cars are coming from, when the technology advances, the automotive technology advances, they improve their teaching content as well. We are not. But we are not going to go through all the phases they have gone through. So we have to jump right to where they are. And this is what we are doing right here. We are having our students, and most of our students are smart enough to catch up on these things. In fact, I think they will excel better than those people outside in those so-called developed countries. I can see a lot of very smart brains in our workshops, but through my travels and interactions with other technicians, because I travel to these developed countries a few times every year, so and I tried to communicate and meet up with these guys who are practicing over there. And this is how I landed on this learning platform, because I was asking them how come they are up to date. Some of these guys are old guys, some of them are in the 60s, some of them are in the 50s, but they're updated because they go back. They trained in the 80s, but now they use Electude to advance their knowledge on EVs. Even 2025 technology, these guys are always keeping themselves updated. So that's why Electude may be a starting point for you, but it may not be the end, or this type of learning may not be the end. You don't just learn once and then stop. Throughout your career, if you decide to go into automotive repair, there is always continue. You need to have continual learning, thirst for continual learning. Otherwise, you will get left behind very quickly. Things are moving very, very quickly now. So while we were stuck in those old days of carburetors and what, so here is where we are. They have now products like Electude, which we should embrace now. And this is also, I will need to emphasize, it's a good program for VACIS. If you have a child in S4 vacation, S6 vacation, and you want to give them some skills, they may end up in university regardless, but they will have life skills on repairing vehicles. And it may also now guide them a little bit more accurately when they get to university level and beyond. It may guide their passion.